family and my community. So we have Margaret McKenzie here from Salt Creek Ranch in Colorado. It's a 200-acre ranch in Colorado. She's the first female farmer for a Hemp History Week on the cover of the face of essentially Colorado, the face of hemp farming. That right here. And next to her we have Janelle Ralph, who is from Palmetto Harmony, one of the leading producers of therapeutic hemp extracts in South Carolina. So I'll let them talk about why they're into hemp, save the family and community, and then we'll open up to a couple questions. So Margaret, go ahead.
Okay, hi. First, thank you, Morris, Lizzie, Doug, and everybody responsible for bringing everybody together and allowing me the opportunity to talk to you guys today. I am the co-owner and founding member of Salt Creek Hemp Company. My husband, 2 boys, my mom, and our partner Joe have a 200-acre ranch on the western slope of Colorado. We have been growing hemp there since 2015, so this is our 3rd season. And we've grown a little bit differently every year. From first year, we grew a small 1-acre plot to just learn as much as we could. And from there, we moved to about 15 acres last year, and we'll do 15 acres again this year. We did grow industrial style last year. We planted about 14 pounds of seed per acre, planted mechanically, harvested mechanically. But this year we're doing a little bit different. We're growing feminized plants, or we're growing from clone like these guys right here. So it's a little bit different. The machinery is different. The whole process is different. So we've been doing a lot of educating ourselves the last few years. So we have been learning and continue to learn every step of the way, and experimenting with different planting, growing, and harvesting styles, from hand to modified equipment. So one of the missions of Salt Creek Hemp Co. is to really create a community and cooperative with a focus on bringing hemp back into the rotation of mainstream agriculture. Eventually, and hopefully sooner than later, we would like to see large-scale processing come to the western slope. It's not something that we have there yet. We're fighting to gain traction with this, just due to the prohibition, which has completely stalled out advancement in machinery, planting, harvesting, processing, machinery, and infrastructure in this country. Innovation is happening in these areas, but it can only keep pace with the farming and the growing side of the equation, which has its fair share of challenges, including, but not limited to, sourcing viable seed, staying compliant with regulated THC levels. That's a whole different conversation. Getting back to our why of what we do, our focus is to help bring the awareness that sustainability is no longer good enough. Regenerative is now the necessary form of action. And freeing this plant is a huge step in the right direction, but it is not the only one. We do have to stop battling with Mother Nature in order to grow our food and medicine, refocus, and working with her.
We had the privilege of being able to go to Margaret's farm last week, I think, and plant some hemp with a brand new planter they had, new machinery, a tobacco-like planter, which was fantastic. Also had the privilege of going to see Janelle's shop in Myrtle Beach, which you've now outgrown. Very exciting. So why don't you go ahead and tell us why you got into hemp and how it helps you with your family and community.
So my company is actually, I'm the CEO of Palmetto Synergistic Research. Our brand is Palmetto Harmony. It's named after the state. We are known as the Palmetto State, South Carolina. And my daughter Harmony, which I told some people about earlier, she's got a very rare genetic condition. It caused intractable epilepsy. We almost lost her a few years back. And due to this amazing plant, we have now been able to reduce her pharmaceuticals by 85%. And we have about a 95% seizure control right now. She's having hundreds of seizures. So in the last 3 years, we've had no hospital stays, which is a miracle in and of itself. We have had to not use any emergency medicine at all, which is also phenomenal, considering she was using emergency medicine 2 to 3 times a week to stop her seizures. She was having hundreds a day. Now we can go anywhere from 12 to 31 days without seeing a seizure, and when we do, they're very short and mild. And so her quality of life has drastically improved. She does not take very much of Palmetto Harmony. I do believe, I've done enough in this industry on the medicinal side of cannabis to understand that if you treat CBD production like you would treat medical marijuana and a THC production, you will have a viable product. So as long as you don't want to go to a dispensary and buy THC with stalk and stem in it. You wouldn't want to do that with CBD either. You wouldn't want to go to a dispensary and buy a 2% strain of THC. Well, you wouldn't want to do that with CBD either. So they're very specific genetics. We grow female only. And if you want to get in the CBD industry, if you've got knowledge and background in growing THC medical strains, you're going to be very good at this. It translates right over. But it's non-psychoactive, so it is still hemp. And so I try to educate people as much as I can about the different strains, the different varieties, and just treating CBD like you would treat medicinal marijuana, but it's medicinal hemp. Well, we call it therapeutic hemp because we can't call it medicine. But in my particular case, my daughter, it's drastically changed her quality of life. And that's what I do. So we are currently we have 400 stores. We're an international company. We have 400 storefronts in the United States. We have a distributor in the UK. We have a distributor in South Africa. We have a distributor in Japan. So we've grown rather quickly. We have subcontractor growers in Kentucky. My processing equipment is set up in Kentucky because of their program is set up that no dry material or raw material is to leave Kentucky unless it's been processed into its final form. So our extraction equipment and facility is there, but in South Carolina, we have our packaging and shipping, customer service, lab facility that we infuse our oils into different types of topicals and other products. And we have our, I said customer service, right? Yeah, and our packaging and shipping. Anyway, I've been sitting on a 30,000 square foot facility in South Carolina for 2.5 years trying to get our legislation right. So we will be it's a 30,000 square foot grow facility. We grow only greenhouse grows. So we will be actually bringing that home to South Carolina this year, God willing, that we do get one of the permits from the Ag Department. They will be permitting, our bill was signed into law 3.5 weeks ago. They will be issuing the applications July 1st, and they will have everybody permitted by August 15th. So I know that you guys have all these beautiful plants up here, and I looked over your Hawai'i bill briefly, and it does say in the bill that the board, which is the commission, or the Department of Ag, has the authority to certify all of these that are sitting right here and could get you guys growing. So I just kind of want to throw that out there.
Yeah.
So if you call your Ag Department and explain to them, you don't need certified seeds, they have the authority to certify these themselves.
We have time for one question.
My wife was telling me in her conversation with you that you commute to your farm like 4 hours or something like that.
The first year that we grew, we were not living at the farm permanently, and we commuted all summer. Week on, week off.
So it's 4
Yeah, it
hours?
was a 4-hour drive, one way.
Little commitment.
Well, we fell in love with farming, and the quality of life since we moved over there permanently, it's just been incredible. We wouldn't go back.
All right, one more question? Any more questions? Yeah.
I have a question. As an educator, how do you approach the Department of Education, say the high schools, and because it is our graduates, it's our children and our graduates that will be taking this further. Do you have contact with your Department of Education?
So the question was,
High schools.
the question was the next generation, high schools, middle school, high schoolers coming out, college students. Do you guys engage with that demographic, and if so, how?
Actually, yes, I have. I'm lucky enough to live in a community that has a school that's a preschool through 12th grade. It's a wonderful school. They have agriculture class in the curriculum. The agriculture teacher is also a 4-H leader and an FFA leader. And we have had numerous conversations. She's had conversations with her students regarding industrial hemp. And we're working to get some projects into the 4-H, some hemp projects. So we're trying. The conversation has started.
Bill, real quick.
Yeah, real quick, about the certified seed, you guys at the Department of Ag, I think you'd be a lot better off if you bought our American seed and help the American farmer. Our seed, in my opinion, is as good as or better than. And I know the DEA is doing this and that, along the state law, we can already send viable seed to them, and they're buying American seed instead of foreign seed. Everyone here should help the American farmer. We have less foreign farmers. But our seed's just as good. So it's not better. In the United States, it's all taro seed. It's been tested by, we had to go through CSU, the Department of Ag, everything was passed. Bigger seed, makes better oil, and they just say to buy American.
Thanks, Bill. All right, guys, can we thank Janelle and Margaret?
Thanks, guys.
Preston? Next person up, Preston Whitfield, is a good friend of mine for quite a few years.